Okay, we're going to do a few different alder squat variations now. So there's a couple of ways you can do the alder squat. So there's one way you can do it with your feet quite close in, which is really a deck squat, which is going to be hitting the quads a lot harder. So just remember, the wider the feet that you have, the more it's going to get into those hips. Okay, and the closer in your feet is, the more it's going to get into those quads. So it just depends on what your goals are, whether you want to get into the hips and have slightly wider feet, or if you want to get into more into the quads and just have your feet a little bit closer in. It also depends on the exercise that you're doing. If you're doing a flow type workout, sometimes you don't want to be changing the feet position too much and you just want to go from one exercise to the other, and you don't really want to be stepping in and out. Then you can do an alder squat if you're going from the outside of the leg, or if you're going from the inside of the leg, you might just choose to keep your feet round about shoulder width apart. So there is no right or wrong. Just know that if you've got feet close in, you're going to be hitting the quads a little bit harder, and the wider your feet is, the more it gets into that posterior chain, more into the hips. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few different variations. So all the progressions apply as usual. So start off is your easiest one is the two-handed, okay, and then into singles, and then into doubles. Okay, so we're going to do each of those. I like to do this exercise with a heavy club, and it's just really challenging because you've got that unilaterally load that's going to be pulling down in that frontal plane as well. So this is a fantastic exercise for developing strength with a heavy club, but you can do this with a lighter club and you can do it with doubles as well. So with our alder squat variation, I'll do that one first so our feet are quite close in. We're going to clean that club into the alder position, and we're going to try and stabilize that club. With your alder squat, try and get the thighs parallel with the floor if you can. Squeeze through the glutes, drive up from the heels, back into that standing position. So that's your deck squat with your feet quite close in. We can also do that with doubles as well. So we can do doubles deck squat, and we'll go lighter clubs on this one. So the alder positions always stays the same. So elbows tucked in, wrist is neutral, shoulders down and packed down. Okay, and we can do that with doubles as well. All right, or you might choose to do it with singles with slightly wider feet and used to do a more of a traditional squat. So just have a play with those different variations. So you've got your two-handed, which is here. You've got your single arm. You've got your doubles, one in each hand. And then you can also do those in a deck squat stance as well. All right, guys, I'm just going to do a few reps now to show you what that looks like. So we'll just do our normal squats. Try and get your thighs parallel to the floor if you can. If you can't, just go as low as you can with good technique. Keep that club in the alder position. So shoulder down and packed down, elbow tucked in tight. Okay, and then stabilize that club in that order. All right, guys, that's it for this exercise. I'll see you in the next one.